Okay, here we go. Starting it up again. See if this stream can be even a fraction of as fun as the first one. First one ended up being really fun. But I was playing music, so it is gone forever. So now I am not going to be playing music in this one. No music. But I will be trying to talk more. So last time I streamed last night, and it went really well. It was my first time streaming here on YouTube, and I really loved it, so I'm trying it again today. Hey, Peso. Hey, Peso. She just jumped up on my desk. So I'm trying it again today, and I'm trying it a little bit earlier in the day. And I finished the picture I was working on yesterday, so now I'm going to be just doing kind of aimless sketches. But see, the thing is, the more I pay attention to the chat, the less art I get done, because I can't really multitask, especially when it comes to sketching and stuff, and getting stuff done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus mostly on the chat, but I'm going to try and aimlessly sketch requested characters of mine. And so I guess I'll start off by asking, what character should I start out with? And the character I see pop up the most is the one I'll do. So what character should I aimlessly sketch while talking to the chat? I see Fabian, I see Addison J, Jack J, I think I'm seeing J the most. Okay, I think I'm seeing J the most, so I'll start off with her. She's the hardest, though, so apologies if the sketch takes a long time, because I'm going to be talking to you guys. But yeah, alright, so let's see. So last night I streamed for 4 hours, and it was really fun, and some jokes and memes were had when my roommates came in, which, if I stream a lot, you guys are probably gonna see them pop up now and again. But it was pretty fun. There were a lot of laughs, which is a shame. I'm really sad that it can't be just uploaded, but it literally is blocked everywhere, and I don't have the file because I made the mistake of playing copyrighted music in the background, and it was, even though it was really quiet, that's all it takes. So so this one is going to be kind of boring in that sense. So I'd recommend playing your own music kind of in the background. Are JJ and Gigi two separate characters? Yes, they are. They are. I don't like seeing the name Gigi pop up, and it's not I understand the mistake some people make with it, because originally the character I acquired's name was Gigi, but that character is no longer a thing with my work. Jay kind of was my take on that character, so that I wouldn't have to deal with that character anymore, for copyright reasons. So that's why even her name J, even JJ, JJ isn't her name. Her name's Jay, but JJ is her nickname. It's kind of the fun nickname that people call her, but her name is Jay. And she and then like her moniker, I guess, like her, what the other ones call her, or like what her codename, quote unquote, is blue, like she's Blue Jay, because they're all based off birds. So yeah, but yeah, no, it's you know, it's, I don't mind seeing people call her Gigi. It's just that's not her name. That's a different character that is no longer a thing with my art. Sorry. I told you guys, like, I have a hard time, like, doing art and talking at the same time, so I think a lot of these streams are gonna be kind of slow in terms of the art, because I'm trying to interact with you guys, like, that's kind of part of it, so, anyway. I also spent all day working on a poster, so I'm, like, really kind of tired when it comes to art right now. Like, these sketches are probably going to be really bad. Should I recommend some music? I recommend Straight Out of Oz by Tadra Call. Is that his name? Yeah. I'm really tired right now. Yes, I got it right. Good. Tadra Call. Yeah, he's awesome. Well, I know I don't have to look at the chat, but that's part of it. Like, I like interacting with you guys, so. Alright, let's see. I already explained, like, the whole drawing thing and the music thing, so if I keep seeing that pop up, I'm gonna have to just keep ignoring it. I can't play copyright stuff, so I can't play anything in the background. Are you having fun back there, Peso? Peso? Peso's like behind my Cintiq right now. Why can't I draw today? Like, my energy is just, like, all gone. Now I'm sure there's like playlists and stuff that have like copyright free music that I can like use, but like I tried to find some and I like couldn't. So at some point I will, but I could not before this one. I wanted to do a stream because I wanted to make up for yesterday, like the stream being lost. So I'm doing it to kind of continue to test things out. But I'm still pretty new to streaming with my voice and everything. So on days like this where I don't have like a ton of energy and I'm just trying like it, I'm trying to do a lot, you know, like I'm trying to interact with the chat but also draw, and I get very mixed signals. Like some people just want me to draw, some people want me to pay attention to the chat, some people, you know, so I gotta just do what I want to do. So apologies if that's kind of frustrating at all. Not my intention. Maybe someday I'll make Pixel into a character. I don't particularly want to do that, but I named a character after our other family cat that passed away this year. In Zoophobia, Van X's father is named after him, so maybe I'll do something like that in the future. But I don't know if I'd make them into like a full-on character, like actually based off the cat. It's kind of... I don't know. Is Jay my OC? Yeah. What am I more proud of, Dayong or Timber? That's hard to say. I'm pretty proud of both of them for different things. Like I don't think either one is perfect. I see a lot of flaws in both. Like in fact I haven't watched Dayong or Timber in like maybe 2 years, but I'm really proud of both projects because Dayong had some of my favorite animation that I'd done. There's a few shots in it that I'm still proud of, not the whole thing, but like there's a few shots. But Timber I'm more proud of as a whole because like I really enjoyed how it came together, and I enjoyed like how much work I put in and how long it was, you know, and the fact that it didn't even have any dialogue or anything, you know. So I am proud of it. And I'm proud of what it's become. Like I'm proud of like what that project kind of spawned, because I've been developing Timber as a series and it's gotten just so much bigger. And I try and keep that kind of like I've shared a lot of like art of it though, like with speed draws and stuff, so you guys have seen like peeks at like kind of where it's gone, but you know, that's been really fun. I don't know how many characters I have at this point. It's a crazy amount between all the projects I have. Like Zoophobia itself has like shit ton, and then Has Been has a good number, and Timber has a good number, so it's just like so many characters, like way too many characters. But I think that Hasbin and Timber like have a more normal like amount. Like it's a lot, but like, you know, it's not like an obscene amount like Zoophobia's. is. I've seen the same question like pop up like 3 different times. I'm going to CTNX in November, so that's one. How do I do her legs? Why are your legs so fucking hard to draw? I'm not a furry. I got that question last night. My art definitely qualifies, and I like the community, but I'm not a part of it. CTNX is in LA. Dirty grapes? The meme stays alive. I can just see some of the memes from last night just bleeding back into the chat now. The dirty grapes and the shipping. It's come back. I saw Dear Evan Hansen, but I didn't see what you actually wanted. Alright. Posing her is so friggin' hard. Alistair, actually, like, has a pretty cool progression. Originally, he was going to be much more... I don't want to say he was minor, but, like, he was literally gonna be, like the big joke of him was gonna be that he was, like, kind of there. Like, always there in, like, the background, and he was just smiling, and, like, he'd just show up. Like, he was kind of gonna be, like, this weird, creepy dude who's just, like, there. He'd just be in the background of shots, and then, like, a character would be, like, reading a book or whatever, and then he'd just be behind them all of a sudden, and it would just be, like, you know, like a sharp sound, and he'd just be there, and they'd be like, Jesus, God, why are you there? And, you know, he was gonna be kind of like this joke for, like, the whole first part of the series, and then, like, there would be a turning point, and he would actually, like, have a role, because he is this, like, canonly very, like, powerful, you know, like, a pretty big presence, so, you know, it was gonna be kind of like, oh, he made this change, after, like, being, like, this creepy dude who was just kind of there, he no longer is that. Now he has a much, much more important, like, actual role in the story. And it kind of came about because I was trying to think of, like, ways to tie in or show the progression of Charlie's goal for the hotel, and it just made more sense to bring him in as, like, the initial person to kind of make the hotel a thing. So I don't want to spoil, like, how it goes down, but, like, his role is much more, like, of a role. You know, he talks, he has a presence, you get to know his character a lot more, and he has much more of, like, an initial character than just being this creepy, like, mysterious guy in the background. I don't want to say Charlie's goal because that's literally, like, the entire point of the or the first episode. So that's kind of a spoiler. I mean, it's not really a spoiler. It's, like, kind of the premise of the show, but, like, I'll kind of release that information closer to how it goes. I post all my drawings to Patreon, so I try to, like, post what I can, though. Like, when I do post, like, stuff anywhere else, it's usually to Twitter. The Animash is still happening. It's just people either dropped it or stopped caring or whatever, and I was really bad at being on top of people because because it was such a voluntarily done project. So I didn't want to, like, hound people about it because, like, it was supposed to be just for fun. But the problem was having so many people, and so many people, like, completely lost interest. So I'm waiting for, like, a few of my friends who are, like, working professionals who are still really invested in it and they want to finish their parts. So I'm basically just waiting for them to finish, and once they finish, I'm just going to release all the ones that got finished. I don't even know if I want to, like, extend the whole thing and do the whole thing. I think I just want to showcase the ones who finished it and how awesome theirs look, because I never should have picked an Animash that was that long. It was very foolish. Maybe I'll sing for you guys eventually, but not right now. I have no energy for that right now. I don't ship Jay with anybody, actually. I've yet to find anyone that I think is cute with her. I am really tired. Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm okay. I'm trying to, like, get myself more active and stuff. But I think also, like, earlier today, like, I've spent the first half of my day finishing up a poster for Has Been, which was kind of what I was working on yesterday. So the people who were here yesterday saw, like, peeks at it. But today I just wanted to focus on, like, the chat and kind of make up for the fact that live stream last night was lost. So I already can tell this one's probably not as fun, which I'm really sorry for. Maybe maybe it's like at night I get more energy. So my only thing though is that I want to stream earlier in the day so that more people are able to come, because I'm on the West Coast now. So, you know, I was streaming until like 2 a.m, which is like 4 a.m. on where I used to live and in so many other places. So, yeah. So I wanted to try and do it earlier, but it's weird. I like wake up more later in the day. So, like, maybe later I'll have like more energy and stuff, but you know, right now, like, literally also I just came off of working all day on a poster, so I might just be like in that. Usually there's like kind of a lull between like a big art project, and then I take like a big break, and then I do more. So right now I'm kind of in that break, which is why like I'm going really slow in the art. I'm kind of focusing on you guys, which might be my break. Like this might be my little break. So apologies for lack of drawing like super fast. You know, just you can take this time to try and ask me questions and stuff that I'll try and answer, and then when I like feel more energy, I'll start to draw more, and I'll quiet down a little bit. I don't know any jokes. Don't ask me to tell jokes. I don't know any jokes. I don't know what Jay is. I just don't imagine her really. Maybe she's asexual. I don't know. I don't think so, but I just don't think that she's very. I don't. That's not really a big part of her story. I'm not gonna pass out. I'm not that tired. I'm just really low energy. How do I stay motivated? I don't know. I'm so tired all the time. I'm tired and dead inside. No. Honestly, it's just, I honestly just think about like how cool the people I'm working with are, how the potential of my, the projects getting out and stuff. Like, that's kind of what keeps me going, because it's really hard, and I'm not always proud of like what I do. Like, there's some art works or like character designs that I'm like, oh, that could be better. There's some like animated shots that could be better, and I'm always like, but like, you just kind of got to do it, and you kind of, I don't want to say force it, but you kind of trudge through and you manage it, and it's usually pretty rewarding in the end. What do I use to draw? I use a Cintiq, a 22 HD Cintiq. I can't really, I mean, like, I can, but like I'm so out of practice drawing on like anything else. And yeah, it's Psy. I mean, yeah, that's the program. Do I do animation memes? I've been tempted to do them. I just don't really understand them. Like, I've yet to see one that like makes me like want to do any. There's some though, like maps and stuff, like the multiple animation projects. Like some of those are like to songs, and I'm like, oh, that would be a perfect excuse to like do a snippet of a song animation. But none of them are like songs that I like or I've wanted to animate. Like I'd want to do like Melanie Martinez or Kesha or even Megan Trainor, like stuff that I have like specific characters that or there are specific songs I've already wanted to animate, and then I just have that excuse to just do like a little 10-second or however long of it. So yeah, at some point maybe I'll do one of those, but it's I always think it's most fun just to like take a snippet myself and like have full control over what I do. I did get copyright, like the stream I did last night got copyright flagged, and it's completely down. Like I can't even access it, so it's a shame because that was a really fun stream. Like I was really feeling everybody. We had a lot of laughs. My roommates came in. They started some memes. And I'm really thankful like for those of you guys who stuck around through that, because I think it did like annoy some people. Oh, thank you, Pika P. Thank you. I'm never gonna put Pikachus in stuff though. But yeah, the dirty grapes started in last night's stream. My roommate Perry just walks in and he just goes, "Dirty grapes," and I was like, "What?" And he's like, "The grapes are dirty," and I was like, "You gotta wash them," and that it just became a thing. We literally had like a conversation for like 10 minutes about dirty grapes. So that was definitely an adventure. And then Amin came in and we were just all talking. They got a little racy and I had to tell them to chill. Sometimes like the humor of like my roommates and like just friends and stuff, like sometimes like the way you joke around with friends and stuff isn't always like the most, I don't even want to say professional, because I like being casual, but like it doesn't really reflect so much on like me, because I don't really make intense jokes all the time. But it was definitely fun. Well, thank you, Tyler. Did you write a message? Nope, but thank you. Thank you so much, Tyler Reagan. You guys are nice. I don't deserve you guys. I don't play any instruments. I own a banjo, but I don't have the time to learn it. I would like to. I really want to write my own music. Like, I really want to write songs. I've actually, like, kind of semi-started to write some songs. My problem is the melodies. I can write lyrics, but I can't write, like, the music of the lyrics. So, which is part of it. Like, you kind of have to be doing both. Like, I thought. I don't know. I don't know how people write, like, or combine, like, lyrics with music written by someone else. I can't speak Spanish. I'm exactly half El Salvadorian, but when we were growing up, my mom tried really hard. Like my parents both speak Spanish all the time, like constantly, but my mom tried really hard to have that be our first language, but it just didn't work out. Like my dad wasn't super strict on that. which is funny because he's the one from El Salvador. And he just kind of put on English stuff for us, and I'm very dense, so I had a hard time, like, I still do. Like, I'm really bad. I took Spanish, like, 4 years of high school, and I didn't learn, like, anything, and I'm ashamed of it. But I do want to learn it someday. I think the only way that I'll be able to learn it is to literally, like, go to a place where that's, like, the only, the only language, and I'm, like, forced to learn it. I think that's the only way I can, because I'm just so dumb. But yeah, I'm still, like, half Hispanic, so it just makes me feel kind of ashamed, because, like, I don't really look Hispanic. So the fact that I can't speak Spanish, it's kind of just like, well, people probably wouldn't believe me if when I tell them that I'm Hispanic. Also, I got another $10 Torimation. That's a cool username. Thank you so much for the donation. Also, Kiba, let's see. Oh, I saw a Twitter of you watching The Treasure Planet. Thoughts? I tortured my girlfriend with it. Died at the wheelchair chasing. That was my favorite part, hands down, of that movie. Like, I knew it was coming, so when we were all watching it, like, I got my phone ready because I wanted to record it. I was like, okay, I have to record, like, everyone's reaction to this, like, train wreck of a scene. So when it came on, like, I was, like, dying. That movie's hysterical. I'm always happy, though, when I meet other, like, Hispanic people who can't speak Spanish. It makes me feel better about myself. Like, my friend Ray, he's Mexican, he can't speak it, and I'm like, okay, good, I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Hear, like, weird shouting from outside my house. Well, thank you, Vapor Cheat. Vapor Cheat says, I just want to say thank you for being such a huge inspo for me. Were it not for you, I probably wouldn't have picked up art. A question I do have. Is Husk a cuddler, and does he groom the eyebrows? Oh, thank you so much. Husk is a cuddler. I don't know how he handles his eyebrows. I feel like he just lets them be, and they just kind of work. But, he is a cuddler, but, like, nobody would know that because he's so, like, hard to cuddle with. Like, I feel like that's ultimately, like, the only person that would get to experience that is, like, his significant other. So, but he is, like, a very fluffy, cuddly animal. It's just not something that, like, anyone gets to see. Do my roommates play instruments? I don't think so. I don't think so. Viv, you like Mexican people? ? Yeah. I mean, I think Mexico's awesome. And I'm Hispanic, so. God damn this pose. God damn it. Um, Speaking of like the werewolf girls, I want to make a film with them. Like this was something I was talking about last night. I, I at some point I feel like Jay and the werewolf girls are much stronger, kind of like the demons. They're much stronger as their own entity than they are as a part of Zoophobia. So I might take them out of Zoophobia because and the reason for doing that is also because in Zoophobia, like, Jay's main role is like she's kind of like a guest star. She comes in and she has like a prominent role, but she's not a main character by any sense. You know, she's literally like a cool guest star. Like she's one of those characters that comes in and steals the show, but she's kind of minor. And part of me feels like she deserves, like, especially like with how much people love her and like how much I love enjoying, like, drawing her, and how much potential I think she has in a story. I would much rather, I feel like, make something just with her, like a movie or I don't even know if I'd want to do a show, but like, like a film, like a short film or a movie or something. So my goal is to do something like that, and I might wait and like see where my life takes me and what people I'm able to contact and whatever, but my goal is to maybe like kind of develop her own project and eventually like try to pitch that to someone like Kesha for a collaboration, to actually have her like officially as the voice, so I think that's gonna be the fate of Jay. I think I'm slowly weaning her out of Zoophobia in concept and putting her kind of in her own thing, so which I think is exciting. A lot of people might be bummed, but at the same time it's like I really think that she has a much more fun story than just what she had in Zoophobia. I do love the people passive aggressively mad that I'm not drawing. Like, I'm sorry. I've said a few times that like when I focus on the chat, like I can't really multitask. So. I don't really like Katy Perry, so I don't think I'd ever want to work with her. I mean, I don't know. I don't know her as a person. Maybe she's a good person, but from what I've seen of her, I don't particularly like her. She's also been a massive douchebag to Kesha, so not the biggest fan there. But I do like her music enough. I mean, like, I like her music enough, but like when it comes to like an official voice or an official collaboration, I would try to work with Kesha, not Katy. And from my understanding, I don't know how it is because like there's no real way of knowing, but like based on actions and stuff of the past, like I don't think they are the biggest fans of each other. So would I work with Rebecca Sugar? I mean, maybe. I have nothing against Rebecca Sugar, but I don't really see that happening because I don't think that the projects that we do are very like similar. I'd kill to work with Owl City. I love Kesha's new song. Both of them are fucking fantastic. I'm so excited for her album. It's not even funny. It's not that I dislike Katy Perry. Like, I think she's fine. She's not someone I'd really want to work with if I was ever given the chance. It would really depend. Like, if she was like the nicest person ever, then maybe. But like, I'd much rather work with Kesha. Oh, I got more. Let's see. Well, thanks Evan AR for the donation. And thank you. They call me sad. I like that username. They call me sad for the $20 donation. Just want to say I love your art so much. Your music video for Kesha's song is unbelievable. I love to imagine my character in an animation like that. Thank you. No, that's one thing that I'm really happy that I could do with my animation, is that, like, a lot of people want to animate songs that they like and they don't always do it, and I just kind of went for it and it paid off. So, like, you know, if I can encourage anyone to do stuff just because they want to see it or they want to, like, practice, or, you know, it's just something that they want to experiment with, then I'm happy that I can be that kind of, like, hey, this actually can be pretty successful and, like, pretty fun. I do like the song Fireflies. That one's classic. The Emoji Movie, I think the only reason I'm even remotely, like, excited for the Emoji Movie is because of Jack's films. He's my favorite YouTuber, and he's freaking, like, the #1 Emoji Movie fan. I'd rather work with Kesha, but Owl City is pretty great too. I think the top artists that I want to collaborate with really bad are Kesha. Sorry, I dropped my phone. Kesha, Melanie Martinez, and Casey Musgraves. And Casey knows I exist. Kesha, I've met, but, like, I don't think she really knows that I exist still. But Casey knows I exist, and Casey's the other one I'd love to work with, but it's just about finding, like, the right project. I really want her involved with, like, Timber. Shut up, Perry. Perry's in the chat again. You're not Kesha, you're a liar. Did someone ever make a fursuit of Jay? I'm still, like, not that I, like, want people to blow their money on, like, you know, a character that's not, you know, like, one of theirs or, you know, something like that, but, like, I would kill to see, like, a full-on fursuit, like, cosplay of Jay. I feel like it would be so cool to see, like, a cartoony, because I've seen how, like, cartoony they look. They look so cool. So I'd love to see that, but I know how much they cost, and it's, like, insane, so I don't want to, like, say, hey, do that. But if someone wanted to do that, I would love to see it. One person just says, you suck. Thank you. I do suck. I feel like a husk fursuit would be really scary. I don't want to yell at the children. I mean, I do want to yell at the children, but I can't yell at the children. They wouldn't hear me. Just say, shut up, children. I hate you. I hate you, children. You're a pox on the human race. I feel like by the end of this stream, all I'm gonna have done is like one J sketch. That's all I'm gonna have finished. What? I think Perry just yelled from the other room. I can hear him laughing. The Alice in Wonderland film is being shelved right now. It's not going to be like scrapped entirely, but like it's not the film that I need to make right now. That film has to do with like depression and loss and grief, and that's not it's not always the healthiest thing to focus on when you're like depressed. So I'm shelving that project and doing like a little bit more lighthearted stuff first, and then I'll go back to that one when I like already, you know, like it's like on the shelf of like when I finish some other films, and I'm like, what film should I do next? Finish your print. Yeah, Molly's in Has Been. She's just not in the pilot. She doesn't come in for a while. Did I watch Zootopia? Yeah, Zootopia's a cute movie. I do like it. Cute. They do keep talking about 21 Pilots. I only know the one song, you guys. I'm sorry. I know the Heathen song. And I do like the Heathen song, but not enough to animate it. Gertie Drapes. Yeah, this one, I mean, I think this one should be uploaded, and it should stay up because this one doesn't have music. I'm really bummed that the other one couldn't be saved because, like, it was super, like, so many laughs were had, so many memes were birthed. I talked about a lot of stuff. Like, I think some of it I kind of started to go over here, but I feel like I talked about it with so much more energy and, like, funness yesterday. I don't feel as dead, though, right now. I feel like I'm slowly starting to wake up. Maybe it's because I'd eaten yesterday, too. I ate, you know, like, earlier, but it's starting to get, like, to the time of eating, of foodness time. So that could be part of it. I do like the Heathers musical. It's pretty good. Or I like the movie too. I like the Heathers musical and the movie. They call me sad. What is your biggest dream you'd like to achieve? Also glad you like my username. Always a pleasure to put a smile on someone's face. Thank you. My biggest dream, honestly, is to make some of these films. Like, I really want to make Classic. Classic is set up to be so fun. It's gonna have, like, one of my favorite people, like, who I've ever met. James is gonna be, like, a voice in it. Who, he's the kindest person ever. I cannot even. But yeah, I just want to work with him on something officially, like, and I want to, Someday I want to work with Kesha and make like a project with her in it. I want to make a project with Casey in it. I want to make Has Been at least, like the first season. Like I have these like big goals. I know they're probably way too big, but they're weirdly like feasible. So it's just going to take a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of drive. Oop, I missed it. I missed what you said, Perry. Torymation. Hey Vivzie, love you so much. I'm making a big fan art project based on your Werewolf Girl and Criminy with the consent of them modifying cards to reflect themselves as headcanon characters. Thank you for the donation. What do you mean by that? Like they're like customizing cars. That's cool. I like that. I'm excited to see it. Like, are they like garage people? Because I always thought that was fun. Like garage girl biker people. I don't know. That's always what I think of. How many episodes would be in Has Been Hotel? I picture around 3 seasons. I don't know how many episodes per season. I would like enough to like, give a solid development of the characters. Like you can actually watch them progress, and the story actually will go from like being like super like silly to being like really dramatic and dark. I really want the violence to go pretty hard. Like I imagine some fight scenes being like brutal. But it's something I want to build to. It can't just happen off the bat. Like, I want there like to seriously be like some intense stuff. No, incorrect. Perry said that Ho-Oh is better than Lugia. That is incorrect. That will always be incorrect. Lugia is far superior to Ho-Oh. So, suck it. Any sex scenes? I don't know about that. When it comes to, like, the sexual content of the series... Okay, he's gonna come into my room.
Alright. That really burns my ass!
You asked for that shit.
Ho-Oh
sucks!
is superior.
No!
He's so good that I have him looking over me.
You have it, and yeah, I know.
I have him looking over me. Suck it.
You suck it.
Suck the dirty grapes.
What was I saying? You're wrong. It's gonna be the fight that we will always have forever. Anyway, what was I saying? I was talking about, this content has been. So, obviously there's going to be a lot of, like, sexual reference and sexual humor. But I don't know how graphic it's going to get. And that's mostly because of the fact that I'm not, again, it's kind of the same thing with the content of the humor. I'm not someone who jokes super hard and super offensive and there, I don't want, that's the thing though, is that I want the series to kind of skirt the line of, because it is adult, so, and the characters are assholes, so there is probably going to be some, like, stuff that's a little bit, like, out there in terms of the humor, but I don't, like, I'm not somebody who likes, like, I think that, like, when it comes to, like, quote-unquote offensive humor and everything, that it has to have a point. It has to either serve a purpose or, like, be effective in some way. Or, like, say something more about the character themselves. Like, if the character is a certain way and the characters, make these racy jokes, that's their thing. Not just the show. Like, for example, when I, like, when I work, I put on, like, terrible shows sometimes to kind of drown the you know, just to have droning in the background. So I've been watching, or I've been putting on Brickleberry, and Brickleberry sucks. Like, I don't like Brickleberry, but it's really good background noise because it's so terrible. And like, the thing about Brickleberry is that it's like so. I mean, they're not even trying. Like, the humor is just so like. It's not even coming from the characters. It's coming from like kind of the blank. I don't like. It's a bad show. It's not a good show, Barry. It's just fascinating. It's a fascinating show. Anyway, but what I'm getting at is that, like, you know, like, for example, a perfect example of, like, shows that really do effective stuff is, like, Always Sunny in Philadelphia and, I had it in my head. Rick and Morty. So, like, shows that, like, where the humor actually comes from the characters. And so, because my main thing is that I don't want to shy away. I don't want to, like, you know, shy away from something if there is potential for, like, a really solid joke or a really solid whatever for the character's point of view. But, like, I'm not going to shoehorn in shock humor. That's just not who I am. And it probably just won't make its way in because I just don't think those jokes are funny. Like, a part of it is I have to think that the jokes are funny, you know, and if they're not, to me, then they're not, you know, gonna probably be in it. So the same thing with sexual stuff is it's gonna be kind of my comfort level. So if I think that something is too much, it's probably not gonna be in there. And there's some stuff that's just too much. Like, there's some imagery that is just too much for me in some shows, and it's not even like it offends me or bothers me. Like, even with Rick and Morty goes pretty intense in terms of the visuals, but it doesn't bother me, but it's not something I would put into a show I was making, if that makes sense. So it's like, so it's going to be interesting because, for example, Angel is a porn star, canonly. So there's definitely going to be, like, a lot of referential stuff. There's probably going to be, like, sounds and stuff that he makes and that is off screen, or a lot of, like, innuendo or, like, hints at stuff, or, like, aftermath stuff, or, like, whatever. But there's never, I don't think there's going to be much, like, actual, like, visual graphic stuff. It's just probably not going to happen. But I think it's almost funnier to show stuff, or to, like, have a character that is, like, a porn star and not actually show the porn aspect of it. Like, again, the most is probably going to be, like, sounds. So, it's just sounds. But, yeah. Oh, let me see. I got a donation, $5. Darling Spook Arts, thank you so much for your donation. Your art inspires me, and I love how whimsical each character's design. Did you happen to see the concept art I drew for Damien t-shirt on Twitter? If it was the Omen one, then yes, I did see that, and it was really fun. I'm probably not gonna use it just because I try to, just because of, like, copyright reasons and stuff, I try to, like, come up with everything that I sell as much myself as I can, but it was a really fun design. I did like it. I feel like people could probably plug in, like, Always Sunny lines into the has-been characters. Like, there's some parts of Always Sunny that really remind me of the characters. Like, especially the episode where they all go to therapy. That episode, like, is so much like the has-been characters. It's not even funny. It's like how they are with each other. They're just, like, so terrible, and they have all these issues. And someone, like, an outsider would just be like, oh my god. What are you doing? One big thing that I'm still trying to decide, because I think the bleeps are funny. Like, I think that censor bleeps can be really funny. But I also think that cursing is funny. So part of me, like, literally wonders if I should use censor bleeps in the pilot or if I should just let the, you know, let the curses run free. That's a genuine, like, consideration I have. Is that, like, whether or not to purposefully bleep stuff. If it would be funnier like that, or if it would be funnier just to have, like, characters say the F word, like, just drop F-bombs, like, constantly. I mean, I'm trying to, like, limit how much profanity is in it, though, because, like, kind of like with Sausage Party, it's, like, it gets so exhausting if you just use it every 5 seconds. So I'm probably gonna, like when we were writing the script, like, literally, like, every line had a curse, so, like, I had to, like, really, like, rein it in, and it took so many out. So now there's not going to be as many curses, but just Angel gets bleeped. That would be funny, actually, if, like, just one character gets bleeped. That would actually be pretty freaking funny. Ooh. Thank you, Soul. Thank you for the donation. Soul erratic. The Disaster Organization Team. I like that username too. How did you come up with your own art style, such as the designs and all for your characters? By the way, I love your art and your animations as well. Keep it up. Thank you. How did I come up with my style? Well, style is kind of formed from, like, you know, just the content that you grow up with and you enjoy. You kind of start to integrate it into your own, and the more inspiration, you know, the more vast different styles you have, the more, like, you kind of absorb, and the more, like, it forms the mixture that becomes your style. So I always, you know, just recommend, like, what styles that you like, but, like, get as many as you can and kind of learn from the different things that they do, you know. And for the character designs, for me, like, I mean, there's certain things in character design that I just really like. Like, I really like kind of old school pie eyes, and I really like kind of the Disney-esque kind of animals. I really like really cartoony, expressive, like, eyes. I really like, I don't know, just, like, expressive, cartoony stuff. So most of my favorite styles and inspirations are, like, really, really cartoony. Hey, Pam! I just touched her and she complained. You complained. Were you sleeping? Did I wake you up? Did you squeak? You squeaked. She's so bored. You're so bored. You're so bored, Lisa. She's like, I used to have the biggest house, and I could just roam around, and now I'm stuck in this room. But it's a nice room. And you've got all this stuff. Got some nice beds. Pixel's just sleepy. She doesn't like it when I wake her up. street racing animation? No. I'm not good at drawing cars and stuff, so I cannot imagine animating them. Yeah, Angel's a porn star. It's gonna be interesting having a character who's a porn star because, like, it's kind of one of those things that, like, is in a lot of adult cartoons, but, like, it's never focused on. And, like, it's just kind of, I don't know, I liked the idea of, like, having a character kind of, because I find the entertainment industry very fascinating. And I like the idea of, like, because I've watched a lot of, like, documentaries, and I've done a lot of, like, looking into, like, what the porn and, like, the kink communities are like. And it's so interesting, like, actually kind of knowing stuff about, like, there's so much, like, that goes on there. And it's something, like, so simple, and it's something that, like, so many people engage in, It's such a universal thing, and nobody really puts thought into, like, oh, the actual people who make it and stuff. So he's a little bit more of, like, a humanization of, like, that world. It's not really going to be about, like, oh, the set. It's going to be, like, literally, like, he's like, oh, yeah, it's my job. I go and I do that, and I have little he has, like, friends that, like, are porn stars, or, like, the people who are, like, his directors and stuff, like, it's a little bit different. So I think that's gonna be fun. In terms of drawing, what is the hardest thing for you to draw? So thank you for the donation. Right now it's Jay. She's really hard. She's really hard to draw. For me, honestly, it's poses. Poses are really hard. And keeping characters on model. Sometimes I have to break the model to, like, to make things, like, work, like, to make the aesthetic of it actually, like, work. And people notice, like, when characters are off model, so it's always like, god damn it. I'm a big advocate, like, I'm someone who kind of chooses aesthetic or, like, dynamic, or, like, aesthetic, like, look of something over, like, correctness. So that's why, like, my anatomy and my the models are kind of distorted sometimes. It's just because, like, I'm going more for, like, the aesthetic of the pose or whatever. So do you draw Steven Universe? I do not. I do not and will not ever draw Steven Universe. If I was paid, maybe. If it was a commission, maybe I'd do it, but I'm not the biggest fan. I love Kesha's new song so much. I'm so excited for her album. It's not even funny. I thought that just said H3 over and over again. I don't like that show for a lot of reasons, but I don't really enjoy, like, dissing on something that I know a lot of people like, so I won't really get into it. I just don't like it. And I have reasons. I don't want to get into it because I could go on for, like, an hour and a half about it. I've seen a lot of people like learn off of my style and draw on my style and stuff. And like I don't know, I'm not someone who's like, oh, you know, original character do not steal, or like don't draw on my style or whatever. But I have noticed that some people like legitimately draw like borderline traced of my art, and again, it doesn't make me mad, and if anything, it just makes me a little bit disappointed. Like, mostly when I see that these people are like grown adults, because some of them are young, and that doesn't bother me. But like when it's a grown adult, it's like you're doing yourself such a disservice by only learning off of like my art. Like, you should be drawing, like you should be learning from like so many other styles, to the point where your art does not resemble mine, you know, if that makes sense. Like, if I'm the only one you're learning from, then it's just, you're doing yourself a disservice. Especially since also, like, you need to know, like, core anatomy and everything. Like, my art is not anatomical, so, like, you will not get that stuff from learning from my style, you know? So. What is this about Jane and the werewolves? Who's Jane? Can we ever commission you without being a patron? Oh yeah, I open commissions all the time. I have a commission email, and I actually have to finish some commissions. And I'll probably be opening again soon. Now that I'm out here and I need to like get more money to like fund, I have to pay rent, and I also have to fund has-been and everything. I'm probably going to be opening commissions pretty regularly, so keep an eye on that. I do watch Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty's freaking fantastic. I'm really excited for the new season. It's coming out soon, isn't it? Isn't it supposed to come out in July? I want Angel to sing. And you have a furry porn star? Is Angel... Okay, I'm curious, you guys. Like, is Angel a furry character? I'm genuinely curious, because he's not really an animal, but he's like not really a human either. What does he classify as? I want to know what the consensus is. He's a furry? Technically, yes. No. He has fur, so yeah. He's a furry spiner. He's a man flu furry. I totally would commission an animation of my character singing. Can't wait for commissions open. Oh, thank you. They call me sad. Unfortunately, I don't open animation commissions. I only open like regular commissions. Unless that's what you mean. Unless you mean like an art of your character singing, which I can totally do. But if you actually want animation, like I don't even take those because my rates are too high for anyone to afford, and I don't have time. But no, okay. So I guess Angel classifies as a furry, and yeah, he's canonly a porn star, which is gonna be interesting. I'm really interested how people like. I feel like Angel is a very polarizing character. He's literally a character you either love him or you hate him, or you're like completely indifferent to him. Because I personally love him. I think he's really fun. I think he's really like, you know, he's one of my personal favorites. Like characters like him are usually my favorites and other things, but like I can see them also being really annoying. What? Yep. Oh, sorry. Thought someone was at the door. I can see him being like potentially like annoying, and or people not liking him because he's an asshole. Because that's another thing. He's kind of an asshole. So people might think he's like too mean or whatever. But you know. open a tab for you. Ice, I get home. PewDiePie also does live streams like this sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to live stream more, so. Oh, yes, we need to get a couch and a coffee table. Where do you want to go for that? Is Chris ever going to come over? You gotta let me know. We gotta get a couch for our apartment, so that we can have more people. Because right now we just have, like, a little futon. Huh? What? I can't hear you.
Yeah, Chris hasn't texted me back, but he said that he's coming back from Comic-Con today.
Oh, he was at Comic-Con, yeah.
Yeah, so, like,
okay.
I was like, hey, dude, have you seen Monkey Movie yet? Well, I said War. But, I'm like, have you seen Monkey Movie yet? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, you want to go? He's like, I mean, I'll go with you, but, like, I already seen it, and I'm just coming back from Comic-Con. I don't know how to have it. Like,
yeah.
Don't worry about it. If anything, we could, if you're feeling up to it, let's just swim tonight, because I don't know if the pool has a closing time.
That would be awesome if it doesn't. I mean,
yeah. So like Thea and I.
There's no lifeguard. So
no. There's when Thea and I took a walk around like one couple nights ago. Like the lights were on. Like
nice.
The pool lights were on. So that's why I'm just assuming.
Yeah.
But so I'm like, yeah. If you're tired, whatever, don't. But like if you're not tired, let's do swimmies tonight. So he might come over for swimmies.
Okay.
So yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yes, we need to get. But the main reason I came in here, yes, we need to get furniture.
Yeah, we do.
So yeah. Dia, come on, leave Pixel alone.
Oh, is she over there?
Yeah, come here.
Aw.
I'm distracting you from your stream.
I did see someone asked, how did I develop my style? I kind of answered that earlier, but it was basically just learning from a bunch of different styles of people who I really like, and I kind of incorporated things that I liked about their styles into mine, and it just kind of became this mixture. But yeah. Sorry, we were just having a I was having a conversation with my roommate. Our friend Chris was at Comic-Con, and he's coming back. And we haven't had him over yet, so. There's a bunch of people I want to collab with, which is nice. Has-Been is actually going to be a huge collab. There's going to be so many people that you guys may have heard of as a part of it. So I'm really excited for that. Mm-hmm. Are you allowing voice actors? Well, yeah, I already opened, I had auditions about a month ago, and right now I'm in the middle of casting. So I'm not accepting anymore, unfortunately. I'll open more again, though, like, you know, next time there's more roles opening up. Get out of there with that nonsense. Oh, hey, Ken. I see you in the chat. I don't take requests. I did take requests for this. Like, everybody voted for me to doodle Jay, but, like, I haven't even been getting through the Jay sketch. It's taking me fucking forever. I'm bad. I'm bad at multitasking. Hey, baby girl. Hey, Sniffy. Sorry, got distracted for a second. I mean, at some point, I'll probably go to Mexico. I've never been to Mexico, actually. I've been to El Salvador a bunch of times. I've been to El Salvador and I've been to Honduras, but never Mexico. What gave me the idea for Has Been? I honestly, it came from the characters, because originally I had the characters of Angel, Mimsy, and Alistair were all part of Zoofobia at one point, and then I was like, you know what, I like these guys, and for some reason, I started to associate them with each other, and then Vaggie and stuff came, and I just kind of you know, I started to fall in love with their dynamics together. They kind of were all just in this house together, and I loved that idea so much. So then I just basically yanked them out and gave them their own story. And once I changed Charlie's character from being this kind of stoic, motherly character to being more of a silly, goofy, expressive character. That kind of made the big shift, and then she became the daughter of the devil, and it kind of just, all changed, and now it's basically the series is about how Charlie, as the daughter of the devil, she wants to, she was born in hell, so she sees hell, the demons in hell as her people, and she wants to see the good in them. So she tries really hard to come up with these ways to redeem them. So she tries to come up with a system to redeem them. That's where the hotel, what it is. So that's basically the basic premise of it. Oh yeah, anyone's allowed to make animations with my characters if they want. I just ask that I get credit. Or not, I get credit for that, but just, for the characters being mine. Yeah, that was another thing I talked about yesterday. I talked about Villainous. Okay, so I guess I got to say this again. I'm super torn on Villainous because I love villains. I love villains, and basically what I've seen of Villainous from Alan, the creator. I really like Alan. I think he's super talented. I think he's a really inspiring person in the industry and everything. I think he's pretty cool. And I love his passion for villains. I really like Black Hat. I think Black Hat's really fun. He's kind of basic. He's very, he's very he's very classic. He's a very basic kind of design, very simple villain design. But I like that. I think that's fun. So I do like Black Hat. And he kind of has everything that I like. He has sharp teeth. He has dapper. like top hat. Like I'm very easily won over by that shit. I love that shit. So I like him. The reason I'm torn on the series is because I don't like any of the other characters. Like I don't think that they're terrible. I have no interest in them, and I don't really like them. So if it gets picked up, like I really hope it gets picked up because it's clearly his baby, and I don't want the studio to like steal that from him. But I hope that if it does get picked up, that we get to like actually see more development of the other characters. Because as of right now, I just don't really like them. Vapor Cheat, are you still taking cameo designs for the Demons in Has-Been Hotel? Or the submissions closed? Also, Has-Been Hotel fighting game, A or nay? I am still accepting. I'll be accepting designs like for a while. So whenever you just do one up, it's totally fine. And as for a fighting game, that would be really fun, especially like considering almost the entire cast is a rogues gallery. So like they're all like kind of like super villains. Like that's kind of the way they. What's nice about them being demons is that I can give them like crazy powers and crazy themes, and it kind of works. So it's kind of like a way to like my goal for the series, like one of the reasons it's in hell is besides the fact that I love demonology and I love like hell theology, but it's also just the perfect way to delve into backstories of characters and kind of make them supervillains. So it's almost like a show focusing on the supervillains. Koji, hey Vizzy, do you remember me? I donated $20 last time. Anyway, just here to see how you are, and I hope that the money goes to good use. And one question, what's your favorite video game and why? Thank you so much for donating again, and yes, I do remember you. Favorite video game is probably Pokemon. I'm very basic. I don't play a lot of video games. I do like Melee, and I do like Melee. Like, if there was, like, a Melee type game of, like, Has-Been, it'd probably be really fun. But, I like Melee. I like, Mario Kart, I guess. I like, I do like Pokemon a lot. I'm very basic. I'm not a big video game person, unfortunately. Brewster of Hercus. Thank you so much for the $15 donation. Thank you for being inspiration for me. Your art helped me improve my art and stories. Question, is JJ friends with Jack? Still, I hope for the very, very best in your future, and thank you. Thank you so much for that donation. Is JJ friends with Jack? I think they would be. JJ probably like feels really bad for him and she'd probably go out of her way to like try and like include him and like stuff, but I feel like he'd be a little bit wary of her because she's so big and because she's so wild. Like he'd probably be like, oh my god, I'm going to be so injured around this person, but he'd really like her, so I think they'd get along. I just think that like her wildness and like her size and everything would probably scare him because he'd like expect to be injured. Isn't Jay a feminist? Well, okay, I put that on her rep sheet like ages back. Right now, I kind of try to shy away from calling any of my characters, like giving them labels like that. Because of the bad, kind of connotation to it, I guess. So I just think it's funny. I think it's funny that I like made a point to like write that on her rep sheet. She's very female empowering, though. I mean, I guess. I dare you to say something in Spanish. Damn. I'm so, like, not Spanish. I'm so bad. Despacito. Dale. Oh my god. Despacito. I wish I could sing the rest. My family can. Like, my whole family can. Even, like, my sister, who's way more white than I am. Like, my sister, like I don't look super, like, I'm half Hispanic, but, like, I don't look it super, much. But, like, my sister, like, she's, like, blonde, or she's not blonde, but she's, like, basically blonde. She's, like, got blue eyes. And she can sing that whole song, like, in Spanish. And, I can't. I don't know how. What if someone made porn of your characters? I have no issue with people making porn of my characters. I think it's funny. It just has to be authentic. Like, my only issue with people doing porn of my characters is when they do it to, like, specifically be a dick. And the reason I don't like that is not so much, like, the content of it. It's mostly because, like, I think that's pathetic. I think that making porn of something just to be an asshole is pathetic. So I don't like seeing that. But if it's, like, authentic, like, someone wanted that to exist, someone wanted to get off or whatever, like, I think that's pretty fun. So, I might not always, like it, but, like, it's perfectly, like, okay to exist. I think it's funny, so. Let's see. Soul Erotic. Do you like anime, Japanese animation? If so, do you have a favorite anime show or movie in particular? I don't watch a whole lot of anime. But my favorite anime, though, hands down, is Kill la Kill. I really like Kill la Kill. I also like Monica's okay. I haven't watched it in a while, so I don't know if I just remember liking it a lot. But I love Kill la Kill. And some of Miyazaki's movies are really cool. Why do people keep asking about Steven Universe? The main character in Has-Been is technically Charlie, but I think the main central characters are like Charlie, Vaggie, and Angel are like the probably closest to main. Maybe Alistair too. He's pretty up there. Steven. Have you guys seen Joe Grant, or actually I think it was Danielle, but it was the Steven's penis animation. It's the funniest thing. It's one of my favorite things ever made. It's the funniest thing. Steven. What if his penis gets in the way? I really want to see everybody start quoting it. Did you? There we go. I saw one person quoting it. Steven's penis. I love just seeing people quote it. Do I think Styx and Damien is cute? No, no. I think I drew something once, and I literally drew something just to make my roommate uncomfortable, which was dumb. I mean, not like super uncomfortable, but like she was like, I remember she was like, oh, I hate like I don't like that pairing, and I think I drew something like explicitly just to like bother her and like as a joke, but I should not have ever posted it because like it's honestly like one of the creepiest things I feel like I've ever drawn, and I really regret it. So no, I do not ship that in any way, shape, or form. Do not. I'm glad I could share that with you. I love that animation. I think it's the funniest thing ever. But what if his penis gets in the way? It won't. How much did you give him? Amethyst, how much did you give him? Whenever I see the mailroom conspiracy scene, the was it like Pepe Sylvia scene from Always Sunny, I always think of Nifty. Like that's like exactly how Nifty is. She's just like, there is no Pepe Sylvia in HR, or there is no Karen in HR. Karen. Pepe Sylvia. If you guys haven't seen that scene, like look up Pepe Sylvia on YouTube. It's probably on YouTube somewhere. I love that scene. There is no Karen in HR. If someone was drawing in my art style and like claimed it as their own, that's kind of a jackass thing to do. But it's like, what can you do? Because if you go to someone and say, hey, that isn't your style, usually they get really, really defensive and get mad, and it doesn't end bad, and it doesn't end well. I feel like it's kind of that thing where when someone knows that they're taking from someone else, they kind of get really defensive if you like call them out on it, because they don't want to think that they're doing that. If that makes sense? For some reason, Husk's design has like a lot of, he has a lot of hearts on him. And honestly, that's just because I like hearts, but like it also kind of works for his character. Like, he's got all these hearts. And part of it is because a heart is also like one of the card suits. I think that's what they're called. They're called suits, right? And yeah, so he's like, it's kind of like the suits theme, but it's also just the fact that he's kind of a softie on the inside. He's very hard shelled, but like on the inside he's kind of sweet, so he's got all these hearts on him. I can't say if there's a certain pairing. I can't disclose that. Can't disclose what's canon and what's not. I do love that one of the lines, and it's one of his audition lines too, so it's like so funny hearing like all these different voices auditioning for Huss saying it. One of the lines in the pilot is, he says like, I lost the ability to love years ago. It just makes me laugh. I've never seen 13 Reasons Why. I heard it was bad. I feel like it would just make me mad. I tried to watch Stranger Things, but I couldn't like make it through the first episode. But apparently it gets like so much better. So like maybe I need to watch it. I saw the trailer for like the new season and it looked really cool. So also Galaxy Unicorn, I 100% disagree with that. There is totally a way to steal somebody's style exactly. It happens quite often. And I'm not even somebody who, like, because there's a lot of people who, like, I can tell are influenced by my art, but, like, their art is not the same. And I 100% know that there's a difference between, like, genuine plagiarism and, like, just influence. I want to give Jay her own film someday. That's what I want. I want her fate to be in a film. Oh yeah, Husk has a huge role. Husk is kind of like probably the most masculine character for like most of the series. So he's kind of like the straight man. He's kind of like the grumpy one who like kind of has to deal with everyone else's shit. So many of the other characters get like really dramatic and they get like they're so like pissy with each other, and he's like the one that's just like there who's just like drinking. One running joke with him is that he's always like laying on the couch watching porn, like he's just watching it or he's like reading it like aimlessly. He's kind of like he's like the grandpa. He's like the Rick, I guess, but like if Rick was less intense. Because Rick's, like, a really intense character. I love Rick. Rick is really fun. If he saw Angel in a porn magazine, I think that like when it like that's something I'm trying to think of like how he reacts to that. Like part of me like imagine there's just a part in the series like where because literally like it's like a running joke that Huskus just always has like porn on, but he's like not reacting to it. It's literally just on and he's just watching it like regular TV. And like it, like the idea of like in one part like they're just literally like it's like him and Angel and they're just watching like some of Angel's films and Angel's like literally like making commentary about it, and then Husk is just deadpan, like, and they're all the characters are just sitting there watching it and like questioning it like what and they're just like they're genuinely baffled by it, like there's nobody's like actually like expect like everybody's just like commenting on it like it's a movie. I do like Rick and Morty. I say like and I say all the time. I have seen Becky Prim. Becky Prim's freaking fantastic. Friggin' fantastic. Do I like Gravity Falls? Yeah, Gravity Falls is cute. Nifty is kind of like the wild card. She's kind of like the maid. Because initially, initially, both Husk and Nifty get dragged into it to be, like, workers at the hotel. So Nifty's kind of like the maid. And she's just crazy. Is Angel dick? Angel is a dick. Show me what you got. Vaggie is like the one helping run it, and Angel is like the first test subject. I do like Star vs. the Forces of Evil. That's probably like my favorite cartoon that's on right now, like for kids. I really like Jack's Films. Like, Jack's Films is like the only YouTuber I really like. Like, there's a bunch that I'm subscribed to and I'll watch them sometimes, but a lot of them like annoy me. I don't know. Like, just because I'm subscribed to someone doesn't mean that like I love their content. It just means that like their content is good to put on while I work, basically. I do also like, I like Kaylee, I think her name is Kaylee Elise. She's like the Rob Dyke, she used to be, she was like the one who won Rob Dyke's, contest. And Rob Dyke does like a lot of true crime, like horror stuff, and she does a lot of that stuff too. So I put those on like a lot. They're really entertaining. Oh, is Angel's dick big? I don't know. That's something I don't know. Maybe. That's something only the characters in universe, I guess, know. It's funny, Angel is, like, since Angel is, like, a canon porn star, it's funny, he's, like, the one character I haven't seen any, like, not safe for work drawn of him. I'm not gonna draw it. But, like, audience, nobody in the audience has drawn anything of him yet. I'm interested to see if that'll change. We will see. I can't speak any Spanish, no. I don't think it's still canon that Angel's a father. I don't know. Angel's character has changed so much in story. It used to be a really dark story. I actually lightened it up. It's still dark, but like I actually lightened it up a lot from what it was. So I don't know if some of that stuff survived it. No, I don't really draw Not Safe for Work, really. The most I can say in French is merci. Merci. Angel's father is definitely a big antagonist. Oh yeah, a lot of the characters are bilingual. In fact, Vaggie speaks Spanish like in the pilot. She's very bilingual, canonly. She's gonna be voiced by my friend Monica Franco. She's the only person who's officially casted so far. I mean, technically there's 2 other characters that are casted, but like I want to be discreet with who's playing them because they're really cool people and I don't want to jinx it. But they both confirmed, like they both said yes. So the only thing is that like they're both very busy, so I don't want to like, you know, don't want to be like too like gung-ho about it until, like, I know for a fact they're, like, you know, really down for it. Does Husk watch porn of Angel when he's watching porn? I feel like he has, just because, like, Angel's probably put it on and he just doesn't object to it. And he just sits there and, like, frowns. Angel messes with him a lot.
Hey, Peppy. Hi, Peso. Hey, happy girl. Hey, Peppy. You waking up? You jumping down? Yeah.
Angel is a boy. A lot of people think that his, like, chest is, like, you know, breasts, but it's not. It's literally just, it's fluff. But he purposely kind of carries it like it's breasts, though. Like, he purposefully wears his, like, really tight suit and it, like, pushes up the fluff up around his chest, so he owns it. I think Angel's pretty proud to be very androgynous. Angel breasts are filled with spiders. Yeah. It's literally just fluff. Like, I don't even think anyone could, like, squeeze it. Their hand would just go into the floof. Angel is, like, probably 8 feet, maybe 10. He's pretty big. No, Angel is not transgender. Angel is male. He's just very androgynous. And he does do drag. But see, the thing with drag is kind of like an alternate persona, you know. It's like an extension of someone's personality. But he does do drag. He is a drag queen. He's really big. He's, like, really tall. He's, like I said, he's, like, 10 feet. I'm not gonna try doing Angel's voice. I cannot. He talks like, he has, like, a, like, heavy, like, Brooklyn, like, mobster type accent, like an Italian mobster. I always think of, like, Steve Buscemi, Joe Pesci, even, like, Clamps from Futurama. Like, he's kind of got that, like, kind of voice. Like, the Clamps, that's his kind of voice, so. Daddy long legs. There's a daddy joke in the pilot, and it's one of my favorite jokes, like, in the whole thing. That one's probably gonna get me to laugh, so I hope that it gets people to laugh. Jay is, like, she's big too. She's, like, 12 feet, 10 feet, probably the same. Angel has no dick bulge. I kind of imagine that Angel is, like, one of the, like, I mean, he's cartoon, so he doesn't really operate correctly. Like, his body does not operate in any way, shape, or form that would actually exist. But I feel like all his parts just go inside of him. Like he's kind of one of those characters that has like stuff that goes inside him. Like his third set of arms goes like inside him. So he can like extend it, kind of like Stitch. He can like pull it in and pull it in and have it come out. Angel's probably been in a bunch of films. I really want to make like fake covers for them. Like I just can't think of like all the different ones that he would be doing. Angel is definitely a sub. 100%. I don't ship Jay with anyone, really. Angel likes Subway over Domino's. Confirmed. That's good. Oh, it's good. That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Oh, I like that. I was just, hang on. I need to doodle that. I'm gonna doodle that. I should just doodle like joke stuff. Yep. There we go. I'm supposed to be a sub. Damien is bi. Angel probably could shove the whole thing in his mouth at once. Let me see. When will the Has-Been Hotel poster be available for purchase? Probably soon, because I'm probably going to put the version that I finished for sale like relatively soon. Then I might do like another pass, because I want to do like one pass that's just for the crew, one pass that's for patrons, and then one that's sold. So I think the one that I just posted is the one for patrons, and then I might make like one more edit to it, and that'll be like the one that's sold, and then one more edit, and that's the one that's for the crew. So so hopefully soon. We'll see. But yeah. Also, now that I drew that Subway, it made me really hungry. So does Angel like to give and take, or is he more into taking? Sorry if that's a bold question. He does not like being dumb at all. He can. Like, I know he, like, doesn't, like, he's even, like, okay with being with women. He just doesn't like it. But he can, if he, like, makes himself. Angel probably has, like, a ton of stalkers. Like, I actually might make that a storyline. I'm not sure yet. I definitely wanted to make some jokes though about like, because Angel, I don't think Angel is like the nicest person to his fans. I feel like his fans though, like, I mean, it's hell, so his fans are like terrifying, I think. So like in universe his fans are. So I feel like he's like kind of an asshole to them deliberately.
What are you doing? What are you doing, Basil?
I do like Starbucks. Is it like Family Guy or American Dad? If it was either of those shows, it would be more like American Dad, because I actually like American Dad, and American Dad has like, I don't think the humor gets like too offensive, and it's a pretty good mix, which honestly like is kind of the vibe of Has Been. I think if you gave American Dad like a better story, or like more of an actual story, and gave the characters a little bit more depth, it would probably be a lot more. That's probably the energy that I'm going for with Has Been. Like in the pilot of Has Been, there's going to be some like slapstick comedy, and there's going to be some like, you know, like I feel like there's one dick joke. I really don't want to make like a ton of dick jokes, but like they're kind of like naturally was a really good one, so it's like couldn't pass that up. And there's a daddy joke. Is Angel Dust gay? Yes, he is. I haven't watched Preacher yet. I'm sure I'd like it. Can I doodle Damien eating a watermelon? But it will not be anything like Family Guy. Family Guy, no. Family Guy is way too mean-spirited. It's not funny. It's just, no. I'll just doodle a Damien. I haven't drawn him in like ever. Oh my god. Whoop. Oh. It's been so long since I drew you. Whoop. There we go. Does he like mayo on his foot long? Yep, probably does. I'm really excited to see how people react to Angel. Like in the pilot, he's just an asshole, and I love it. He's just a very flirtatious asshole. Angel does not have a nose. He is a noseless entity. I love how some people like really don't like characters that don't have noses. I think it's funny. Angel is gay from the drugs in Subway? What? What? I will probably premiere the pilot on YouTube because, yeah. Damien's bi. I'm a crab apple. Somebody just said Vivzie is an apple. I'm a crab apple. Angel would probably think Pixel is cute because I think that Angel doesn't really like traditionally cute things. Like if you show him a puppy or a cat, he'd probably be like, fuck this little thing, but he'd probably like a Persian because Persians kind of aren't traditionally cute. Like they're kind of weird looking. I know he really likes blobfish. He likes blobfish. He likes pigs. His big like pet thing is pigs. He likes pigs. So he has it's not right away, but he acquires like a pet pig in the series. That's his pet. He becomes Paris Hilton, I guess. Just has a pig. Yeah, it's named Wiggles. I might change its name only because like he might give it a funnier name. Like he might give it kind of an innuendo name or something. But I like the word Wiggles, and I like the idea of a pig being named Wiggles because like just imagining one just wiggling is pretty funny to me. So. He'd probably like a pug. I don't know if he'd get one, but he'd probably like them enough. I never get bored of Jay. She's just really hard to draw sometimes. Like, sometimes I don't have the energy to draw her. Also, I'll be right back. I need to take a quick break. I'm gonna grab something.
So. Hey, Bobby. Okay. Alright, I'm back.
Let's see if I can finish the sketch of Jay before ending, because I've been streaming for over 2 hours now. I do like drawing teeth. I like teeth a lot. Like, I think that's why I like characters that have, like, sharp teeth. It's because I really like teeth. They're fun to draw. They're fun to, like, they just embellish expressions. I really like it. Alistair's black hat. It's come back. Angel probably does not play video games. I feel like he'd get really frustrated with them. I think that Angel, like, isn't the biggest fan of, like, technology. I think he thinks it's, like, frustrating. He's like an old man. He's like, what are the kids into nowadays? Like, he's very different from, like, Baggy. Like, Baggy died more recently, so she's kind of like a millennial. And he died in, like, the 40s, so he's, like, really old school. So he's, like, you know, she's using all these buzzwords, and he's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Angel is an old rapey dick man? What? That old man porn star? He's not, like, actually an old man. Old man porn star. Oh man, I do need to pick a day. I need to pick a day and a time to do streams. Angel is like late 30s or either mid to late 30s. Angel is. So he's like maybe 35. Okay, is old man porn star gonna be the meme of this stream? Is this gonna be the new Dirty Grapes? So he's still old. I guess 35 is old. I don't know. It's not that bad. He's a youthful old. Yeah, Angel looks like a lot younger than he is, but he old. He an old man, I guess. And then Husk is like, I mean, yeah, technically, Angel died in the 40s, so he's like, what, 400? No, he's not 400 years old. He's like, fuck, how long is that? I can't do basic math. If he died in the 40s, he died in like 40, probably like early-ish 40s, so 1943, I guess, maybe. So he's 78. Alright, so he's old. And then, and it's funny, actually, I think Husk and him are like basically the same age, because I think they were born at around the same time, but Husk died young. He died older than Angel did. So Angel died in the 40s, Husk died in the either 60s or 70s. I think it was the 70s. I can't remember. I can't do basic fucking math and remember my characters. But all I know is that Husk died when he was in his... I think he died when he was in his late 60s. So like 65, 66. So he's old. But they're like technically around the same age. They just... one died older than the other one. Okay, 60s. Alright, cool. I'm not gonna draw black. Youthful old man porn star. Why doesn't Angel's dad like him? I mean, the long story short is probably just because he's gay and his dad's a horrible, horrible person. Angel's dad is terrible. I don't like him. He an asshole. Jay is like in her mid-20s, like 25. Does Angel have a daddy kink? I don't know. I know that he says daddy a lot, but I don't know if that's really like one of his kinks. To be honest, 35 is pretty old for a porn star. Angel just kind of doesn't go away. They just let him be there because he's good at it. I feel like Angel would be really, like, they'd be like, okay, you're too old. He'd be like, fuck you. Vaggie isn't the 80s anymore. Vaggie is now the, like, the currents. She's a millennial. I know Angel's into BDSM. I think that's the most kink I can think of for him. Just check Shrek and Angel? No. That's terrible. Angel died of an overdose. It's turning into talking about Angel's porn. Yep. I guess it's relevant. The story. I don't know what he overdosed on. I feel like he overdosed on like something bad, like heroin or maybe cocaine. I don't think it was. Maybe it was angel dust. Fuck it. Maybe that was what he overdosed on. Fate was just like, huh, I know what to call you. I know what to make you. He overdosed on dick. No, that's what's funny. I mean, one of the reasons Angel is so sexualized in hell is because, like, in life he didn't really get to be that person. That he, like, you know, he got really into drugs, and he probably did, like, some stuff, but, like, he wasn't really able to be, like, this loose, expressive person. So he kind of, like, went crazy when he was in hell. Like, he had this, like, you know, he's very proud of how he looks and stuff, so he kind of prides himself in that, and he thinks that's really all he's good for at this point. Angel's not thick. He's very, like, skinny. He's just skinny. I think that Jay is pretty thick. Extra thick. Oh my god. It's the thickest stick I've ever seen. Okay, so it does. What does thick like mean? Like actually, I guess I don't know. Thicker than a Snicker. I like that. Oh my god. Okay, that's what I thought. So Angel's not thick. He does not fit the description of thick. I'm not sleeping. I'm just like trying to like decipher the chat. It's going so fast. Does Angel have a penis? Yeah, I'm sure. Sure he needs one. Well, I'm almost done the sketch, at least. I consider Angel lean. Like, he's, like, very, like, flexible and, like, lean. He's not really bony. What's Angel's ideal partner? Angel likes people who are actually, like... I guess it's not really a super spoiler, but, like, Angel is, like, very, you know, he's very, like... you know, protective of his actual feelings and stuff, but ultimately, like, what he really wants is he just wants, like, a solid relationship, but he doesn't really expect one, because he's, like, in hell and he does porn, so he doesn't really expect, like, a nice, stable, like, normal, healthy relationship. But I know that his, like, ideal type, I guess, is, like, someone who's, like, pretty masculine. He likes gangsters. Someone who, like, you know, he can actually, like, he feels respected by, and he feels like actually, like, wants to be with him and sees value in him. That's kind of, like, ideally what he wants. He doesn't really expect it, but that's what he would like. Sorry. If Angel Dust was real, how would I react? Frightened. If he was a person, I mean, if he was a person, he'd probably be like someone like hardcore trying to win RuPaul's Drag Race, and he'd probably think I was a nobody loser. Do you think Angel could have his own series? I mean, like, well, this series is kind of about him. I don't really see what his own series would really entail unless it, like, focused entirely around his, like, porn stuff. I feel like Angel really, his favorite is, like, the bang flags. He just likes the idea of, like, threatening to shoot someone, just having, like, a flag come out. I feel like Angel and Damien get along really well, actually. I don't know if it's still up, but at one point I had this video that was literally like a picture of Angel, and it was like slowly zooming in, and it was that song "In the Arms of the Angel," and it was just like playing as it slowly zoomed into this like weird picture of Angel. I don't know if it's still up. I feel like my roommates are making sounds. Does anybody have like some final questions? Because I feel like I'm at the point where like I'm not entertaining you guys, so should probably end it soon. Any last minute questions? Last minute stuff? Charlie's character is supposed to be kind of like a puppet. She's kind of like a puppet theme. Static Shock's okay. I don't really remember it. I remember liking it when I was a kid, but I don't remember it very well. As of right now, Jay doesn't really have a love interest. It's going so fast. I can't see anything. Subway or Pizza Hut? I think he'd like Subway. I don't think Angel... Actually, I mean, Angel might like pizza. I don't know if he'd like fast food pizza. I feel like he'd like to make it himself. I know that Angel kind of likes to cook. I think his favorite meal is probably lasagna. Or ravioli. He probably likes ravioli a lot. Charlie is a demon. I feel like Jay and Criminy probably wouldn't get along super well. They might. How does one become a werewolf in Zootopia? I mean, it's kind of like a clan. It's kind of like a club. So, like, they kind of get indoctrinated. It's not just like you get bitten. It's like kind of a ceremony. You kind of have to choose that life. Can the kinky old man make me brownies? He probably can. Baxter is not in the pilot, no. The only characters in the pilot are Angel, Vaggie, Charlie, Alistair, Husk, Nifty, and then a bunch of side characters that are kind of minor characters. One's named Serpentious, his minions, Cherry Bomb, Katie Killjoy, and Tom, her co-anchor. So, like, they're kind of, like, villain characters from the series, and they'll be recurring, but, like, they're, like, kind of one-off in this particular episode. Like, they're not super, super vital, but they are really fun. I'm really excited to animate Serpentious. Like, he's, like, he's, like, kind of like the snake-looking guy. I'm trying to keep him kind of under wraps, because I really want his design and everything to, like, really be explosive in the pilot, but, I am excited by who he's slated to be voiced by, and I don't want to say because, again, I don't want to, like, jinx it, but, like, he has confirmed, so, like, I'm really excited by who's voicing him because he's hysterical. So we'll see. Like, I think his voice is, like, absolutely hysterical. And his minions are also voiced by someone who I think is equally funny. So it's like, oh my god. They're like the funniest combination ever. And I really hope that it happens. Oh, I think someone came over. So I might end the stream here. But thank you so much, you guys, for coming. Sorry that I only did this one sketch of Jay and these little doodles. Like I said, like, when I focus on the chat, I have to kind of, focus on the chat, so I can't really multitask. In future ones, I'll try to get better at doing both, but we'll see. Anyway. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for the donations. I hope you guys had a fun time. I know this wasn't as, like, silly and goofing around as last time, but that'll probably happen again. But hopefully this one will actually, like, be able to be up, and it won't get deleted like the other one did, so. Thank you so much for coming, you guys. Have a good night.